Hello everyone, my name is Qcode and welcome back to our Love Lua Tutorialy series thingy, episode 19. Today we're going to be going over how to create a menu in Lua, and then we're also going to be requiring different files. We're going to be using a new love function. It's going to be insane. It's going to be quite a big episode, and I'm going to be going over buttons in the next episode because I don't want it to go on too long. First thing I'm going to do is create a new file and call it menu.lua. I'm going to save it as. Inside of here I'm going to start creating some of my own functions. I'm going to call that function menu underscore load, function menu underscore draw, function menu underscore update. I'm going to put DT in here just so we can use that, and then function menu underscore mouse pressed, X, Y, and button. You can see that reflects our code on the main.lua side quite well. Except these are created by us, and so they need to be called by us. These are called automatically. First thing we need to do is load all these functions into the main.lua. And to do that, all we have to do is write require, and then in quotes we put menu. Now look in our main folder for a file called menu.lua. You don't have to put the extension. If you put the extension, it won't actually work. And so it will load all of this code into here. Now I'm going to do another thing. I'm going to create a variable in love.load and call it game state, and say that equals menu, because that's how we want our game state to start out. I'm going to write in love.draw, if game state equals menu, then menu underscore draw. Should be simple enough, and I'm going to copy that in for the rest of the functions. Menu underscore update, DT, and menu underscore mouse press, XY button. So this way, if we change the game state, the menu will no longer draw, the menu will no longer update, and the menu will no longer receive mouse presses, and so essentially it won't exist. I'm also going to put menu underscore load in love.load because that's the first thing we're doing. Just to prove that the menu underscore load actually is called, I'll write love.graphics.set background color. Ooh, that is not good. 0, 150, 255. That's a nice shade of blue, as you can see there. So now we're going to be using a new function called love.graphics.printf. This helps you print formatted text. It's kind of weird setting up the X and Y coordinates, so I'll just show you how I usually do it. So in menu underscore draw, I'm going to write love.graphics.printf menu text, title text. Title text, yeah. And then X, we want the middle of the screen, so I'm going to say 400, the Y to be 100, then it's got two more arguments in there, which is limit and align. So after this many pixels, it'll start a new line and move the rest of the text downwards. And the align mode is just how you want it to align. The arguments are left, center, and right, as proven here on this page, and justify now in love 0.9.0. So I'm going to put 0 just to start out, and then I'm going to put center. To build this, we can see title text. It's wrapped down the middle because we have our wrap as 0 and it wraps per word. We don't want it to do that, so now what I've done here is I've changed the X to 300 and changed the width to 200. Essentially, that's created a rectangle that starts at 300 and goes over 200 to the point 500. In the center of that is the point 400, which is actually the very center of the screen, and thus the text gets centered in the middle of the rectangle. It's a very weird system, but if you fiddle around with it enough, it should eventually work out. So now I'm going to create two buttons. I'm not going to make it so you can press them yet. I'm just going to lay the foundation for them. I'm going to draw them and I'm going to start writing functions for them. So, menu button equals table is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say menu button 1 equals, and I'm going to fill it with some arguments. Text equals start game. We'll have the X and Y the same. X equals 300. Not the Y the same. Y equals, say, we'll make 300 as well. And then we're going to say execute equals start game. Now this execute variable is going to be called when we click on the button. So now if you write function start game end print starting game, then when this button will be clicked, this function will be called. We're going to create a second menu button, equals text equals end game, or exit game I believe. X equals 300, we'll put it in the same place, centered. Y equals 400, execute equals end game, or exit game I'll put. Create another function, function exit game, print exiting game. Won't actually do those things yet, but we'll just have it print. Okay. The buttons are created, but currently they're not drawn and they're not being pressed. So for today I'm going to make it so that they can be drawn. Tomorrow I'm probably going to make highlighting and then have them actually call their functions when they're pressed. So now I write for I, V in pairs, menu button, do, end, love.graphics.printf because we want to use center formatting again, v.text, I don't want that in quotes because that's not actually a string we want to print, v.text, v.x, v.y, and then I'm going to put 200 in center once more, just for the easy formatting. Now if you build this, you can see title text, start game, exit game for our menu. Thank you everyone for watching this episode. Next episode I'm going to be going over how to create custom fonts and how to make it so you can actually press these buttons. Hope you see you all next time. Bye.